Hello, lovely Aurélie, all the way in Switzerland. Nice to have you with me today.
Hi Zelna, how are you?
Good, thank you. So, any snow in the Alps?
On the Alps, a lot of snow, but not in my
Uh-huh.
village yet. We're waiting
Not,
for it.
not yet.
Not
That's the
yet.
growth mindset word, isn't it? Yet.
Yeah.
So, lovely Aurélie, you our kids life coach in the spotlight today, and I'm really excited to speak to you because you've been doing some amazing things in your community, and I really want to share some of those things with the people who are listening. But before we get into any of that, I want to know, what was it that made you choose to become a kids life coach in the first place?
Okay, so I guess I have wanted to work with children forever. I remember when I was 8, I used to be the teacher when playing with my little brother.
I can relate to that.
Then I dreamt of becoming a pediatrician, later a child psychologist.
Wow.
And after my diploma in psychology, life brought me to another path, which was adult education.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked in that sector in different organizations for more than 10 years. And I used to work in an international organization working in HIV. And after 10 years working in that field, I realized how compartmentalized the approach was vis-a-vis health.
Oh.
And I was really concerned about the way we were going, and I didn't feel aligned anymore to that approach. Although I work in the HIV field, which is known to be quite integrated, and it's well mainstreamed in different sectors, but never I saw mental health linked to it. And I found it very sad because, as we know, HIV patients suffer a lot of mental issues.
Of course.
So I was missing this holistic approach towards health, and I needed to bring body and mind together because I'm convinced that these two interact a lot when it comes to healing. So at that time, I also felt I needed to spend more time with my 2 daughters. They were very small at that time. And I decided to go back to my previous passion, which was education. So I quit my job and I spent more than 2 years homeschooling my daughters.
Amazing.
Learning alongside them and mostly learning about myself. I realized how essential it was to really connect and deepen a relationship, and the importance of building authentic and supportive relationship with your children. So it was like an eye-opener for me, that the importance of it, because it makes everything afterwards. So I also had them discover the unicity. I trained them to have and keep a positive mindset. And all this actually led me to kids life coaching. I also realized that this was not taught at school, and we were missing something also in education, at least here in Switzerland. So I really wanted to connect all these dots. So I looked for something, and I came across a webinar where Zelna, you were featured, and it was really a revelation for me. I realized like kids life coaching is the way to go today. Children are living in a very different and complicated environment today. We know, with all these toxic influences, and they need the tools to navigate in life. And I found that you were giving those tools, Zelna, and the Kids Life Studios seemed to me a perfect place to start my new career. So I found my new passion and a new mission as a Kids Life coach a few months ago.
Amazing. You know what? I'm having a goosebump moment because it's amazing how we're given this gift, and there are certain kind of people that are able to work with children. And you knew from a young age that you wanted to work with children. And it's amazing how the doors open and everything prepared you for your kids' life coaching journey. But now tell me, when you found the Kids Life Studio, I never believe in coincidences. I believe we were meant to meet, right? But when you found the Kids Life Studio, how did we help you in this journey? What did we do to support you in this growth?
For me, it was really a very interesting learning journey. It was also nice to go back to this study time. It was a long time I didn't study, so I loved the journey. And what I loved the most was, I think, this international community of Kids Life Coach. They gave me so much support, and to be able to connect with them. They love around the globe. So to feel this international connection again, that I was also a bit missing after 2 years at home with my daughters. Yes. So that was a plus. And then I think your availability as our mentor and teacher, your responsiveness made a lot of difference. I never felt lost. I never felt let down. I knew I could really count on your support, and that was really excellent. I think it's a VIP course. Brilliant. And I think there was also the values of Kids Life Studio that really resonated with me. Now I'm a coach, a certified coach, and I never do quick fixes. I really focus on the long-term approach. I love the scientific approach of using the pre-assessment and then the post-assessment. It's so important to really see the progress and to have data. I worked in this field of health, and it was all about evidence. So here we have evidence about the impact that Kids Life Coaching can have. We have this tool, and it's very rigorous and very well made. And I think I'm also really focusing on the quality of relationships. It makes everything in a kid's life. And yeah, to be connected to this inspiring international team of kids life coaches, and at the same time working at local level in my community, one child at a time. I like it very much.
Yeah. You know what, when you talk, I get so excited for you, because when I started coaching in 2003, it was just me, and I was so lonely. And now we've got this amazing community of coaches, as you say, and everybody shares our passion and our energy. And even when we have bad days, because we all do sometimes have days where we think, oh my goodness, we're fighting a system that's quite hard to break down, we just keep each other going. But one of the things that really struck me about you is, when we first had our initial interview, is how much experience you came with. I mean, you've got a solid background, and I really admired that about you. So I'd love to know about your areas of expertise that from your past journey that have helped you in your coaching practice. Because you're a very experienced lady. You've had some amazing positions in your career, and being a homeschooling mom is a major position, by the way.
Yeah. It's a contrast, I must say, but this is, I think, where I learned the most personally. And I also I've been practicing since I was 25 years old, a very simple method of meditation that really brings me a lot in my life. It helped me to be resilient, to be more grateful and present in my everyday life. And I think this is something that I really rely on and helped me a lot throughout the years. And
that's how we met, wasn't it? Because
yeah, actually, I watched you for the first time in a Heartfulness webinar.
Through the Heartfulness webinar.
Right. Yeah.
Amazing, yeah.
And I understand that the more I take care of my inner world, like a beautiful inner garden, the more peace I feel inside, and this peace, I think, also affects my environment in a positive way. So I would like to convey this message to children and to give them the tools to connect with their inner joy, their inner peace, because this is where, you know, they can really get regenerated, they can find inner strength again. And this inwards direction or look is, I think, today in our environment essential if we want to survive. Exactly. Because it's getting there's so much pressure, there's so much competition, and if you're not solid inside, you don't really go far. So that was really something that helped me throughout the years. And then I also had this experience in HIV, where we did a lot in this field. It was also very interesting because we had to advocate every day to keep, you know, money for supporting the response. And I learned a lot about advocacy and campaign. And this is, I think, where I want to use that experience into promoting mental health prevention. I think we're not doing it enough. We're not promoting inner well-being enough. Here in Switzerland, it's still very much taboo. We hardly start speaking about suicide prevention, but it's still very shy. So I think, for me, Kids Life Coaching is the best prevention tool against depression, anxiety, violence, suicidal behaviors, and this needs to be known. So I'm really ready and full of energy to advocate for this.
I know, and that's
working with you.
excited because you've been doing some amazing things in your community. And I remember you ran the most amazing holiday workshop recently, didn't you? Relating to your niche and something that's very close to your heart. Do you want to share a little bit about that?
Yeah, so what was, when I was actually studying to become a kids life coach, I realized the very negative effects of technology abuse and the negative effects it has on your brain and your behavior. And I met many people complaining and kind of, they were helpless. They don't know how to deal with it anymore at home. And it's difficult for parents because they are the first consumers as well. And we don't have enough, I think, distance today to know how to prevent. Remember when we start smoking, we didn't know it would be so bad on our health. Everybody smoked. But it's only 15, 20 years later that we realize how bad it was for your body. And we started doing prevention a lot. Everywhere we could see messages of prevention. Don't smoke, it kills, don't smoke, etc. Today we don't see that yet. We don't see banners on be careful with your technology use. It can create this and this on your brain or your behavior. We don't see it, and we need to start with these messages, I think. Mm-hmm. We see a lot of, yeah, it's sad because I also see in this hyper connectivity world, a total disconnect in people, maybe in children as well, with themselves and with their family, and the links, the relationship within the family are getting so inexistent nearly. So I'm also very concerned about the impact on our society in general. And last summer, I wanted to do something about it, and I created a program, again, digital detox for children. It was a approach. I didn't have very ill-affected children with technology, but they were aware of the possibility to get addicted. So it was a time of discussion and reflection, and at the same time, they felt fully alive because they didn't have their phone with them anymore. For 2 days, they could play. They reconnected to themselves and nature. They did some pottery to just anchor into the real earth, and that was really helpful to them.
Amazing, and you got great results with that. So I'm just wanting to tell anybody who is watching that I'm sure Aurélie's going to be running lots of these workshops in the coming year or so. So just check on our events calendar on the Kids Life Studio website and look for the workshops, and I'm sure that people can get onto your mailing list or contact you through the website as well. But, you know, just to end off this lovely conversation, because I'm sitting here and my heart is just so filled with pride at what you've achieved in such a short space of time. I'd love for you just to finish off by sharing with us, what is your vision for children? I know we've touched on it. You want to see a world where children are more at peace, but if you had a message for children right now that you could give them, what would you want them to know?
I guess my vision today is really to be able to live in a world where each and every child has the tools to feel peaceful inside, to face adversity with resilience and confidence, and also to be able to reach one's potential and to serve humanity with their potential that they're aware of. Because most of people don't know their potential. It's also quite sad. Children don't know themselves. This is where they're very influenced by the external world because they don't know themselves. And to give them the tools to know their unicity, their qualities, is what I would like to bring to my community and beyond.
Absolutely. And you know what I find so exciting is that not only are you so fluent in English, so you're able to coach in English, but you also coach in French, and you've been assisting us in translating the materials into French, which is so exciting. You know, I never ever thought that was going to be a possibility, and you made that a possibility. You've made it happen in your community. And I just want to say thank you for all your hard work, for being such an amazing brand ambassador for the Kids Life Studio, for being a team player, always bringing your strengths and your positive qualities to our team. And you know what, I know you're just going places. I'm watching you, and you starting your advanced coach training with me soon, in a 2 months time, not even 2 months. Yeah, 2 months today, actually. you're starting your advanced coach training, and you're going to be doing some great research there. So I'm really look forward to our journey together. So Aurélie, I want to say thank you.
Can't wait.
I know, it's so exciting.
It's going to be so interesting, and it's going to help me refine my niche, because I want to know more about this technology relationship with depression and mental health issues. I think we need to dig into that more and more.
And then are you ready to stand on stage at our Global Children's Changemakers Conference and share that?
I hope so.
It's so amazing. I'm looking forward to that conference. So as an advanced coach, you'll be standing on stage sharing amongst other high-profile speakers, and you've earned that. You're going to be doing lots of hard work, obviously, between now and next year, September, but I'm so excited for what the future brings. And I just want to say thank you for believing in children. Thank you for acting on your vision and being a children's change maker the way you are.
Thank you so much, Zelna. I think without your leadership, it wouldn't be possible. So I'm very grateful for what you've brought to us, to the whole community of Kids Life Coaches. Thank you so much.
But I want you to remember that gift was always in your heart, and whether I was here or not, you would still have achieved it. All I did was I held your hand and I fast-tracked you. So the work that I took so long to achieve, I've just compacted it for you and made it easier for you. You would have still done it without me. I'm just there as your cheerleader. Every now and again, I give you a protein shake and I say, drink that to give you more energy for the race. And we just keep on going together. So I don't ever want you to discount the fact that you put in all the hard work, and you would never have reached this stage and where you headed without your determination, your resilience, your grit, and your own personal development. So yes, it's been...
But I guess this is where you really help us, Zelna, because you challenge us, you motivate us, but you also help us work on ourselves. And this is so important as coach, because we are our only tool. This is our attitude. Exactly. So if we're not right with our attitude, how can we coach children? Right?
And we always say you've got to walk the zeal walk and talk the zeal talk. You can't coach children to do things that you aren't doing yourself. And I know we all need encouragement. So it's been an absolute pleasure encouraging you. And I'll keep on encouraging you, and I'll be cheering you on the sidelines. So if I was there, I would give you a massive big hug. Goodbye.
Thank you. Me too.
All the way across the ocean, but I look forward to seeing you sometime soon.
I hope so. Thank you, Zelna. Bye.
Bye.